Peace and blessings. Namaste to all light warriors, workers, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today, and this is a brief transmission. And this transmission is going to help you discern between the three groups that came to this earth during this time, which group you belong to, what your limitations are, and what you can manifest, okay? And this will help you on your journey so that you're not comparing yourself to others or thinking you're supposed to be doing the same thing as others, because all of us don't have the same commissions, right? And it doesn't mean that anybody's higher or lower. It's just what we kind of agreed to when we came here, all right? So first things first, we're going to deal with the three groups. We have the waves of volunteers, we have the chosen ones, and we also have the elect, okay? Now, we're going to start with the waves of volunteers first. The waves of volunteers are typically star seeds that are coming from a different universe, okay, that is here to raise the vibration of the planet. And they can do that by simply being themselves in their existence. They're either their arts, music, culture, any type of inspiration that they bring to this world is designed to inspire, uplift, motivate, okay, and their existence itself already sends out a vibration. All right, so they have the ability to transmute energy around them. They can walk into a room, and transmute that energy, and they're the life of the party, but they may not have a specific mission to do. Their mission is simply existing, okay, holding the light, okay, and operating in that love, operating in that peace, operating in that joy in whatever area they are in, whether it's corporate world, entrepreneur, citizen, civil, politics, whatever they are in, okay, the waves of volunteer are just simply meant to transmute the energy in that particular area, all right? And they come in all different shapes and forms, but they're not exactly on an assignment. Their existence being on this earth is the assignment. Okay, and they are going to be prosperous and successful in anything that they do. All right, but they are sent to just raise consciousness, vibrations. They're operating in love, and they're teaching people how to operate in love by their everyday journeys. All right, and this is what the waves of volunteers have come here to do, and they're doing an excellent job at it. All right, now, number two, we have the chosen ones. Now, the chosen ones can be human, or they can also be a star seed or angelic, whatever you want to call them, okay? But the chosen ones typically have an assignment. The chosen ones are answering a call to a mission, all right? So they're presented with something, to be a servant on this earth in one capacity or another, a specific mission, a specific vein. If they're called to feed the homeless or something like that, and they answer that call, then they are equipped with the tools necessary to get that done, okay? Some chosen ones are chosen to be in politics, or they may be chosen to be a spiritual teacher or a guru or anything like that, okay? But the chosen are ones that can be human or any type of life form that have made a contract with the divine that they would be of service on here in whatever capacity that is their area of expertise. All right, so typically chosen ones are on some type of assignment or mission. All right, now you also have the elect. Now, the elect is a little bit different because the elect incarnated into this earth carrying the power of the divine. Okay, so they are considered like the ambassadors of the earth. They're here observing, okay? They're here learning, they're here experiencing, but they have the power of the divine with them. So it's almost as if you're a walking God. He has equipped you, and you're sealed before you even enter into this realm. All right, so you are the ambassadors. The elects have the ears directly to the divine. So these are they that can become master manifestors. These are they that have the ear to the divine, where they can pronounce judgment, when it's time to pronounce judgment, or they can bring a case before the councils. They can help sit on like councils with the divine, helping with decision making and things of that nature, okay? Because they are carrying his essence already. All right, so these are the ones that are coming with the power. These are the ones that have some authority. These are the ones that talk directly to source or the divine, and they don't really have to go through the channels or the messengers. Okay, the divine knows them, calls them by name, and has given them his or her spirit before entering into this realm. So they're operating in that manner. They're kind of like, demigods. We'll put it like that, all right? But not kind of like the way of the olds, but just in the power, just in the authority, okay? And all three of these groups are here on this earth at the same time, but they're filling different missions. One thing that I have noticed in this journey, simply by observation and the people that I talk to on a one-on-one basis, is a lot of the volunteers are more into the twin flame type of journeys. Okay, they're trying to find their partners and they want to connect, and then they want to go off and do things as a unit. Okay, now the chosen ones, they can have a partner or they can't. The same way with the elect. Okay, the chosen ones may choose to deal with a twin flame journey. Okay, or the chosen ones may pick their own. Okay, but what's important with the chosen ones are that they fulfill the mission or the contract that they came here to do. Now, when it comes down to the elect typically don't spend too much time dealing with twin flames journeys and things of that nature, because the elect who enter into this realm are already balanced. Okay, and if they're not already balanced, they started off that way. Maybe they lost that way and have to go back and learn how to be balanced. But they typically are already balanced, masculine and feminine principle, left and right brain, heart and mind. Okay, mind, body, and soul. So they typically don't focus too much on twin flame journeys and soulmates of that nature, because they can do their mission as ambassadors on a solo. Okay, they can be solo. Now, does that mean that every one of the elect don't have a divine partner? No. They can choose to do that. They can choose to walk solo, or they can choose to be within a partnership, okay? But with the elect, it's not as necessary, all right? Because their focus is more in ambassadorship, diplomacy, okay? They have the ear to the divine. They help with the laws. They help change. They help change the new earth. They help with the planning. Okay, they help with their observation, because the divine is actually living and experiencing a lot of these things through his elect ones. All right. Now, another thing about the elect is they're typically very one-track minded. Like, they can't be swayed away from the things that they know. And a lot of your elects are ascended masters, or master teachers of some sorts, or gurus or sages, and maybe they've incarnated many times, okay, and they've lived out many journeys. Your chosen ones, some of them have lived journeys too, but they're only specifying in something specific that is given to them, a specific mission. They have a specific area of expertise, and they're here to live out that area of expertise. And the waves of volunteers are just here to spread light. They're just here to spread joy. They don't have to have a specific mission. Their existence is enough as long as they are walking in that divinity, okay? They're going to influence the people around them regardless. So now that you understand that there's three different groups here, you have a better understanding of which group you are actually fitting in, okay? And the limitations of these groups. Now, with a lot of the volunteers and stuff like that, they're a little bit more self-sufficient. Okay, they're a little bit more self-sufficient. They have a connection with the divine, but they're not the preachy type. They're not the teachy type. It's just about their light. It's just about their energy. It's just about their essence that makes the change. Okay, and they can come from any type of spiritual systems, but when they're tapped into that type of divinity, it's not going to matter with them, because every place that they land their foot is like planting seeds that grow. Okay, and with the chosen ones tend to be a little bit focused spiritually on some type of a system. Okay, rather it is meditations, yoga, mudras, whatever it is, Tai Chi, martial arts, maybe even a little bit of religion here, religious principles. The chosen one tends to have some sort of practice, and that practice is designed to help them develop their craft and equip them with the mission that they signed up to do. Okay, now with the elect typically has an understanding or a broad understanding of all religious systems and all spiritual systems, okay? But they're here as ambassadors, and they are watching, observing, and reporting back to the divine, what is working, what is not working, what needs to be changed, and the divine listens to them. Okay, so even with an elect one, if you're having an issue down here on earth, and you want to go to the divine and say, hey, this is the issue, can you fix it? And you are that trusted ambassador of his, he's going to do everything for you. He fights your battles for you. The elect doesn't necessarily have to go into a lot of spiritual warfare. We don't. Our spiritual warfare is pretty much dealing with pronouncing the judgment. Once we see it and identify with it, then, as elect ones that's carrying that God, we pronounce judgment on it. And when we pronounce judgment on it, then it goes to the divine and the source, and then the teams come in and do what they have to do. Okay, that type of thing. The reason why I'm telling you this is because when you're on the new earth, okay, everything becomes new. And I had to go through and realize that I am in a newness now. Okay, so the things that I used to deal with, or the people that I may have identified with, the concepts that I may have identified with, is no longer with me anymore. All right, and I'm saying this to those who may be on or focusing on twin flame journeys or soulmate journeys and things of that nature. This morning, I had to go through, and release and void every single contract that I had made previously through coming in here. If the contract was voided at some point, I disconnected it, okay? If the contract was not honored, I disconnected it and removed it, okay? So I am literally starting over in a very clean slate, because for the level that I'm in now means now I need a higher level mate. Do you see what I mean? For each level that you get, there is a mate that can match that energy. Okay, that is reflective of you. So this morning I went through the process of disconnecting all old contracts, okay, all things that did not serve my highest purpose anymore, all things that may have caused me pain or suffering or hurt or anything like that. I just went ahead and released it, blessed them, you know what I mean? And I had to do that. And one of the things that I learned in this journey is, especially with elect and chosens, when you hold things close to your heart, okay? When you hold things close to your heart, even if those who are that you are holding close to your heart, if they're not in right alignment, there's still a certain level of a protection that they have simply by being in association with you. Okay, so some of these people or some of these circumstances or instances, they never get a chance to actually grow and evolve. They become codependent on your energy. All right, and because they become codependent on your energy, they can't really experience the things necessary to get them to grow. So I went through the process of disconnecting all of that, okay, and taking back my sovereignty, taking back. So now that people, that no longer serve my highest good can now be removed, and they can grow on their own time. They can grow on their own time, and they're not being protected anymore. And I'm not saying this as a way of saying this is a punishment. Okay, no, you have to understand what unconditional love is. Okay, and unconditional love is about growth and seeing people mature and seeing people being the best versions of themselves. And sometimes when you're in the way, it's kind of like an enabler. Do you understand? It's kind of like being codependent with somebody that's an alcoholic or a drug user. All right, but they're living with you, and you're constantly supplying them, even though you know that they need to get cleaned. You can't find yourself pushing them away or pushing them out because of the love that you have for them. But sometimes you got to kick the bird out the nest so that they can fly. Right? So as I went through all of this process, I go into the divine now, and I'm in my sovereignty, and I go to the High Father, and I say, okay, new year, new earth, new partner, right? I said to the divine, get rid of all and any of them who did not honor their contract, avoided their contract, and, did whatever. Let's disconnect that, let them grow, okay? And what we need to do now in this new earth is bring in a partner that's going to match what it is that I have to do. And since each of us are on specific assignments, and none of our assignments are the same, sometimes it's just easier to have a partner with you if you know that your assignment is somewhat important. All right. So I go to the divine today and I say, hey, you know me inside and out. You know what I want. You know what I need. And the last time I manifested a partner, I manifested based off of what I wanted. But this time I'm manifesting based off of what I need. And this is always part of your evolutionary journey. You understand? You're not going to know these things until you experience them, right? So you can't beat yourself up over it. You can't. What you have to do is just simply evolve. So this time I wrote out a list of the things that I know I needed, not what I wanted, to be successful in what I have to do with the new earth. Okay. Now, I was presented a choice. I could do it alone. I am balanced. Okay. I could do it alone, but I wanted to have fun in the process too. You know what I mean? So I live by a motto: work hard, play hard, and I have to have a balanced life. So for as much spiritual work and as much draining that portion of my life is, I like to counter it with maybe some karaoke or some paintball or something like that. And you want to enjoy your life with someone. So this one that I'm manifesting, is matchy. Is going to be a match, okay? And I was asking the divine, you know me, can you craft this for me? Can you craft this partner for me? And he told me no. Well, excuse my black for shining, right? Like, why would you tell me no? And he said, I trust you enough to do it for yourself. Sovereignty. Okay. So I sat down in meditation and I wrote out a list of everything that I wanted in this particular partner, okay, to journey with me on this new earth for the short amount of time that I have to be here to do the work that needs to be done so that we can go ahead and get home, right? Because I did volunteer to assist in the new earth. I think it's dumb now. You know, I wish I could take that back, but I already did it. So here I am. And so there were certain attributes that I put into this partner. And I told the divine, don't let it take long. Don't let it take long. This is not something I want to wait for somebody to have to grow into. You know, I'm pulling down, okay, from the ethers, my high partner to the earth. All right. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I'm not waiting for somebody to develop into that, you know, or having friendships and hopefully we'll grow in 2 and 3 years and now all of a sudden, da-da, I'm divine. No, I'm pulling it from the ethers through manifestation. And I put a list together of the attributes. Let me explain something to you, divine feminines. This is important for you in your journey. Because you are operating in that love space, because your heart chakra is wide open right now, it is important to you on your journeys when you're dealing with a partner to make sure that your partner can protect your heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your masculines should protect your heart at all costs. Yes, because what you're doing for him is protecting his mind. This is the balance here, okay? So if you are out here operating in your love space and your heart is wide open and you're dealing with people and places and situations and you don't have a masculine that is protecting your heart, he's further and damaging it, it's not going to benefit you any. You're going to find yourself in a world of hurt. What I'm saying to you is, some of you have contracts that need to be voided. Okay? Because some of you were unable to move forward or to grow because of your connection and because of that energy pull, okay? That tugging on you. That merging with your energy, that feeling like every time I want to take 3 steps forward, here they come dragging me 2 steps back. All right. And some of you need to void these contracts because, number one, contracts are only contracts when they are honored. When somebody breaks the contract, it's no longer a contract. Now, you can renew it if you so choose to, or you can throw it away, or you can just act like it never happened or put an amendment to it. Okay, well, this is what we said we were going to come here to do, but this person is doing that. So I'm going to add that to the contract just to make it comfortable. It's up to you. Okay, it's up to you on whether or not you want to compromise on your contracts or void them altogether and build another one that's based off of your value. Okay, and you must take your person seriously. And what I mean by your person, I'm talking about yourself. You must take yourself seriously. You must know your worth. Okay, and once you really understand and know your worth, it's going to become very, very difficult for you to allow someone to take advantage of you again, or walk all over you again, or betray you again. Okay? What you'll start coming to realize is, I deserve what I put out. Okay? So I want equal give and take. So therefore, if I'm putting out protection, if I am putting out love, if I am putting out loyalty, if I am putting out growth, expansion, okay, nurturing energy, then I expect that back. And I'm not going to settle for anything. All right. Now, some of the things that I did in the past that I'm no longer doing in this one is, in the past, I thought that it was necessary to have someone that was, just as emotional as I am. And not what I mean by emotional, but just, loving and sensitive and things like that. But once I got to really learn myself, the balance that I need can have those, but it can't be the sole operation behind it. Okay. So what I'm manifesting in this new earth is more of a balance to me. Okay. Or let's say counterbalance, keeping us level. All right. So if I am the emotional and nurturing one, then naturally I need him to be the more logical one. Okay. An analytical one. But I still manifested him to be open as well to learning these concepts. Okay. But can balance me out in certain areas, and I balance them out in certain areas, as long as we can communicate effectively and enjoy our lives. Right. I also manifested from the ethers an emperor. I had to, because I'm realizing I can't deal with anything less than that. Do you understand? Because if I am ambitious, and if I like building and creating from scratch, it is important to me now to have a partner that also likes to do that thing. Those exact same things, that likes building and creating from scratch. And that was also willing to put the talents and stuff together to make something amazing without competition and without jealousy. And sometimes when you're unequally yoked, okay, you're thinking we're a team, but they're thinking, why did they get that first? Or why are they doing this? Or why are they blessed? Or why, and it's a very disheartening thing to realize that you're in competition with somebody that's supposed to be part of your own soul, your own spirit. There's something off with that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's something off to have a spouse or a partner that is secretly competing with you when you're actually supposed to be one. And when you think about it on that level, when you are one success is automatically the other success. Do you understand? If I blow up and become a millionaire overnight, and I'm equally yoked with a divine partner, we are millionaires. It's not for you to say, well, why do you get the money? Well, why did you get blessed? And you know what? I had to learn that lesson the hard way years ago, like in my early 30s. I had went through a rough patch, and I was dating a guy, and he was financially stable. He was pretty much financially stable. And I wasn't at that time. I was on shaky ground. I was on shaky ground because I was going through another cycle where I had to start all over again. And typically when I start all over again, I start all over again. You don't understand, okay? That means I'm leaving my furniture. That means I'm leaving everything that I bought, okay? Because it's already old energy there. And if I'm disconnecting from it, I'm disconnecting from everything, and then I build from the ground up. Well, I'm a Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, which is death, destruction, and rebuilding. Okay, so this is nothing for me. So I'll leave everything behind, cars, jewelry, whatever it is, and I'll build it again throughout time. So during that time, I was in another building phase. And I had to start off, we get in an apartment before it transitioned to a house. And then, I had 2 cars at the time, and neither one of them was running. I'm trying to tell you. I was in Murphy's Law during that time. And this gentleman comes in and he enters into my life, and he's financially stable, and he wants to help, and I don't want him to help. Do you understand? And it was, I don't know if it was a pride thing, I don't know if it was an ego thing, or it was just my nature to be that independent. But he wanted to help me with things. And I remember that I used to pray all the time. Oh, I need this bill paid. I need some finances. Oh, can I get this job? I need this. How do I manifest? I need this money. And every time I prayed, this gentleman would come through with the money. And instead, of being excited by it and understanding that this was the universe's way of answering my prayers, because it did not come directly to me and went through this gentleman, I began getting jealous of it. Okay? This is an immature mind. And I recognize it and I know it because I used to be it. Okay? And I used to get mad. Like, well, why can't I bring the money? Because I was thinking during that time that if all of my blessings came through this man, then I didn't have enough to offer him. Okay? I wanted to feel like I was contributing. I wanted to feel independent, right? But God was saying, I am answering every last one of your prayers through this gentleman right now. Okay, through this, why can't you just receive it? Why can't you just receive it and grow and build in that way? I don't know. But it caused such a clash that I ended up walking away from that relationship because I literally was jealous of the blessings that he was getting. The unexpected checks in the mail was coming to him. And he would give them to me. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And that was part of me, the way that I was raised, to handle my own business, all right? And you want to bring something to the table with your mate, right? So I always wanted to bring something to the table. So when my cars were down, one had a transmission, the other one had an engine issue, and I think I got one of them rebuilt, the transmission. It cost me about $1,300 to get a transmission rebuilt. And that was on the cheap end, honey. Trust me, it was on the cheap end. But during that time, he had a vehicle, and he would just give me the keys and say, go ahead and drive. And I'm like, no, I want my own car. You know what I mean? No, I want my own. I want my own. In this day and age, I don't think that way anymore. Okay? So I have learned now that it's okay to be in a partnership and have help to get back on your feet. And also the thing that I didn't realize is I did bring something to the table. I brought a lot to the table. It just wasn't financial, but the only thing that I could think of was financial. Why? Because I was a life path 8. And when you're a life path 8, it is about your coins. It is about your power. Okay? But that's when I was operating as a distorted feminine. Right now that I am a divine feminine, I'm thinking it is okay to watch my partner get blessed and grow and be prosperous, because who's going to benefit from that? Exactly. So why would I stop it? Why would I compete with it? Why would I be jealous of it if we were supposed to be in partnership, right? So that was something else that I had to manifest this morning for myself, to make sure that the mate that was coming in, that I'm bringing from the ethers, is mature mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Number 2, protective of my heart, because my heart is open right now. As a divine feminine, it's very open. So it leaves me vulnerable. And if I don't have a partner that is willing to fight for me, or to stand with me, or to protect me during this time, then what good is it? I can't have a partner that is tugging and hurting my heart the same way that the world is doing. And when you have a high call, trust me, you face a lot more opposition than just being a volunteer, right? You're going to face opposition with being a volunteer. Trust me, you are. And you're definitely going to meet a lot of opposition if you're a chosen one. But when you are an elect, the goals, the mission is so important that enemies come from out the woodwork. If you're in a union or a partnership, but you're the only one being attacked and the only one fighting, what good is your partner? You understand? So I manifested that this morning too, okay? Amongst other things that I think that I will enjoy in a union, that's none of your business. But the core principles is that he has this relationship with the divine, and I needed him to come in with power. I'm pulling from the ether a deity. But I asked that it be custom made for me. Okay? Custom made for me. I'll find him beautiful inside and out. Everybody else don't have to. You know what I mean? But I'll find him beautiful inside and out. And I'll find him powerful. And I'll find him as a balance. He is custom made for me. And all previous contracts had to be voided in order for me to be open enough to receive this. And I told the divine, I am ready. I am ready. But I also said, I want to start off as friends. Okay? I don't want somebody coming in and just like, hey, God sent me and said that, I was supposed to be with you. I don't want that. I want to take my time. I want to date. I want to court. I want to get to know this person. Okay? I want to share secrets with this person. Okay? And I want to build with this person in a partnership for this new earth. So, know who you are, what group you belong to, what's important, okay? And if it is important to you to operate in a twin flame journey, make sure that the twin flame that you are thinking of is still honoring that contract. Because if they're not honoring that contract, you are waiting in vain. Do you understand? Now, you could go along with the contract, but I guarantee you it won't produce the best version of yourself or himself. All right? But if he's not honoring the contract, high-level soulmates will do the job as well. And we call them, we manifest them. Okay? You got the ear to the divine. Yeah? I'm a daddy's girl. When I say daddies, I'm a daddy's girl. So I go to dad and mom for everything and what I need. But I'm just learning now that I don't have to anymore. I could just present it, what it is that I'm trying to do, and it'll be allowed and granted to me because I passed the tests. Because I reconciled the paradoxes. And because I grew spiritually and understanding by having these relationships, they were designed to teach me myself. And now, on this new earth, for what it is that I have to do, and it's a whole lot, I am manifesting the perfect partner. All right? So, pay attention to your journeys, what it is that you need to get done, okay? Pay attention to your heart. Divine feminines, I'm going to say this again. Make sure your partner is protecting your heart, because that's your most precious gift right now. Do you understand? And you cannot afford to have a partner that's going against your heart or can't protect you. That's all. I am Sophie, and I love you all. Bye.